And welcome to the ATS News. I am Johnny Anonymous, providing you with the news you can trust. And it can only happen at one place, AboveTopSecret.com. Well, the H1N1 virus certainly has been grabbing the attention of everyone lately, and you'll recall in our last episode that President Obama gave the green light for vaccinations to be given without the bureaucratic red tape by signing a declaration of the virus now being a national emergency. All right, now for the big question. Are you going to take the vaccination? There's been a rather large debate on both sides, both pro and con, on whether or not it's safe. A recent video that was found on YouTube has a number of doctors giving their take on the vaccine, and I strongly urge you to watch a small snippet right now.
I strongly advise against getting the H1N1 flu vaccine. It is not a very serious illness. The swine flu vaccine has both aluminum and mercury in it, which are both neurotoxins. Squalene may be added. Squalene is an adjuvant that stimulates your immune system to attack itself. It has been associated with Gulf War syndrome in 2 papers.
Would it help you feel better about your choice if you knew whether or not our president and his family would take the vaccination? Well, that was one of the questions asked to him in a news interview by CNN's John King. And I have to say, I find his answer a bit interesting. It's truly amazing how one's idea of personal expression and written freedom is another's need to suppress and ban it by any means they feel necessary. Why is the printed word so dangerous? Could it be that they, for political reasons, are considered as subversive, possibly promoting an alternative way of life, and for that reason need to be banned? In an interesting article on the top 10 banned books, we find that what was once a big no-no is now considered to be required reading at many institutions. Here is but a sample of literature that was once taboo to read. John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath, D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover, Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, and finally George Orwell's 1984. Can you guess what the other 5 books are? And for that matter, can you guess as to why the above mentioned were banned in the first place? We should never forget what was said back in 1823 by Heinrich Heine. Wherever they burn books, they will also in the end burn human beings. Let's take a small journey backward, shall we, to the 35th G8 Summit gathering in Italy. Now, the G8 Summit itself has evolved beyond being just a gathering of world political leaders. The event has become an occasion for a wide variety of non-governmental organizations, activists, and civic groups to congregate and discuss a multitude of issues. So it should come as no surprise that in a display of world hunger awareness, the UN World Food Program flew in school children from Ghana to Rome for a simulated food distribution display for the spouses of G8 representatives. By the way, Mrs. Obama and one of the other G8 wives chose to visit the earthquake victims instead of participating in this event. According to various news outlets, the expense to fly the children out for this photo opportunity was just a mere $500,000. The cost for feeding the Ghanese children in their home country is about $2 a week. Now, let me check this out. I just happen to have my calculator here. Let's see, so we have $500,000 for this photo op, and then we've got a week's worth of food for a child, about $2. All right, so if I carry this and put this over, yeah, that's what I thought. I might be wrong on my math here, but I think about 250,000 children went hungry that week. Congratulations, World Food Program, for giving everybody their money's worth. Global warming. Is it real or not? And if so, what can be done to possibly reverse the effects of such? Could the injection of chemical or metal particulates help reduce it? Well, these are questions that one particular member of Above Top Secret wanted to know. His name? All-Seeing Eye, and he began a personal campaign to research it, hoping to get to the bottom of it and perhaps find the truth. He has posted in the past in the General Conspiracy Discussion Forum in finding suggestions by the Council on Foreign Relations on Planetary Geoengineering to add more small reflecting particles in the upper part of the atmosphere. Well, now, this would definitely suggest that the only way of implementing such would be by means of aircraft dusting the skies. In his most recent search, he has come across a U.S. patent, number 5003186, and it is entitled Stratospheric Welsbach Seeding for Reduction of Global Warming, patented in March 26, 1991. Now, a direct quote from page 6 reads as such: "A method is disclosed for the reducing of atmospheric warming due to the greenhouse effect, resulting from a greenhouse gaseous layer. The method comprises the step of seeding the greenhouse gas layer with a quantity of tiny particles of materials characterized by wavelength-dependent emissivity or reflectivity. Such materials can include the class of materials known as Welsbach materials, the oxides of metals. For example, aluminum oxide is a very suitable metal for the purpose. The greenhouse gases layer typically extends between about 7 and 13 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The seeding of the stratosphere occurs within this layer." While you're reviewing over this information, do please keep in mind that a patent doesn't necessarily mean that it is indeed being implemented. But if it is true, then one would be inclined to think that this actually covers two areas of hot topics and debates, that of not only global warming, but also the conspiracy of chemtrails. It's time to get out your party hats, you madcap science enthusiasts of the periodic elements. Scientists say they have confirmed the production of the super heavy element number 114, which was claimed originally 10 years ago by a Russian group that made the claim that they had made it. Scientists didn't necessarily not believe that element 114 didn't exist, but rather, up till now, they could never duplicate and reproduce the experiments. But now, by smashing together in a cyclotron element number 94, which is plutonium, and the element number 20, which is calcium, we end up with the yet unnamed new element number 114. Many members at AboveTopSecret.com immediately wondered if this brought us just one step closer to element 115, which physicist Bob Lazar, who claimed to work at Area 51, purported was being used for powering and flying captured UFOs. Chaco Canyon Park, located in Colorado, was the focus site of some unique and to some very out-of-the-box experiments, when a research team headed up by John Sefik asked for permission to enter the protected park to search for quantum signatures and parallel dimensions. Well, the administration really didn't know exactly what to say. But after guarantees were assured that no damage would befall the historical site, the team began plans to search for telltale signs of why the Anunnaki were so interested in this particular spot. Were they able to open up dimensional doorways at Chaco Canyon? Several videos which have been made available in this article document Sefik's team with a number of strange-looking custom-made laser apparatuses and something called a quantum tunneling device. In their searches and experiments, several claims are made that what is captured not only visually, but also audibly, is proof that parallel dimensions and universes do exist. So I guess the question is, if John Sefik is right, and then his theory is to be able to knock on the doors to a parallel universe, who might just answer? Well, friends, that's going to do it for everybody here at ATS News. We thank you for joining us. We're getting ready to have our own Element 114 party. But before we go, let me just remind you that if it's not on AboveTopSecret.com, then it probably doesn't matter. We'll catch you next time right here. Take care. Hey, look, everybody, I got a whoopee cushion to put under Springer's chair.